Hello, this is Rory Scott, and you are watching Trash Talk. Now I know as all of you are looking at me today, you're saying, Rory, where did your spectacular mustache go? Well, I'm about to tell you all about that in today's episode. Bikers are dicks. Now you might think when I say bikers are dicks, I'm referring to loud motorcyclists, like people who drive Harley Davidsons that go but I don't give a shit about those. Those are not what I'm talking about. What I am talking about are bicyclists. Yes, bicyclists are the biggest assholes on the road, and I'm going to tell you, if you are a bicyclist, how you can avoid being an asshole. But all in a minute. First, let me tell you how I lost my mustache. So as I've said in a previous video, I am a delivery driver. It's how I make my money. I am on the clock, driving. I get to a four-way stop. Now everybody knows how a four-way stop works. When there are multiple cars at a four-way stop, whoever got to that four-way stop first has the right of way, and then it rotates as such. So I pull up to the stop. The car to my left, a big black car, is next in line. I'm waiting. As they go through the intersection, I put my foot on the acceleration to get through myself, and then a bicyclist follows right behind that big black car, cutting me off. I have to slam on my brakes. I almost hit the bicyclist. Now, one thing I do distractedly while I'm driving is I like to play with my mustache, just straighten it out, you know, that kind of thing. So I had my hand on my mustache as this incursion occurred with the bicyclist. So bicyclist comes in front of me, I slam on my brakes, and out of frustration I go, fuck! And I pull a chunk of my mustache out. Yes, I pulled out almost half of my mustache because this bicyclist pissed me off so bad. So the first thing I'd like to cover on how bicyclists can be major dicks is how they ignore four-way stops. If you're a bicyclist and you're at a four-way stop, you still have to obey right of way, which means if there are other cars ahead of you in rotation, you need to wait your goddamn turn. Okay, moving on to the next one. Bicyclists ignore stop signs all the time. This happens constantly in the college town where I live, where I'll be driving and I'll go to make a turn and then a bicyclist will just blow through the stop sign. Stop doing that! If you're on the road using the road like a vehiclist, treat it as though you're a vehiclist. You see a stop sign? Come to a stop. And what the fuck, police? Pull people over who blow stop signs. Even if they're on a bicycle, they can still cause an accident. Bicyclists can cause accidents. Police should pull them over too. Now, both of those scenarios I just listed are scenarios that only occur when a bicyclist is either in traffic or in a bicycle lane. But those are not the only situations in which a bicyclist can be an asshole. In some areas, bicyclists prefer to ride on the sidewalk, which in some areas that's okay, in some areas it is not. But if you are riding on the sidewalk, you are being treated as a pedestrian. What this means is that when it's time to go to the crosswalk, you have to get off your bike and walk it across. But Rory, why should I have to do that? I'll tell you. If you are a driver, you look left and right on the crosswalk to see whether or not pedestrians are coming. You're accounting for how much time it would take the pedestrians at the distance they're at to get to the crosswalk, and using that to determine whether or not you can make it through the crosswalk before they reach the crosswalk. Bicyclists move much faster than that. They can close that distance much quicker, and you're still expecting them to get off their bike and walk when they get there. But regardless, when that bicyclist comes blowing through that lane, you have little to no reaction time to fix this situation. I hear people who ride on bikes all the time complaining about how cars almost hit them when they're crossing the street. And I ask them all the time, I say, did you get off your bike? And then they act like I'm being the asshole. No, get off your bike. It's for your own safety. You're playing a game of chicken between a tiny little aluminum piece of junk and a 2-ton mechanical beast. Who do you think's gonna win? So if you're a bicyclist and you don't want to piss off the people around you, obey traffic laws. Stop at four-way stops. Obey right away. Stop at stop signs. And if you're using the sidewalk, get off and walk your bike across the street. That's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed. If you empathize with my frustration, please feel free to share this video. If you liked this video, smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe. If you feel like helping this channel out a little bit, there will be a link to my Patreon page down below. Thanks and have a great day.